at the moment, the sort of further away from the op date and the more weeks post-op I get, the more I'm finding that I'm doing a lot of grieving, and it's kind of not the grieving that I anticipated that I would be struggling with. I thought the real problem that I would have would be with like grieving for the loss of my fertility, and that would be really bothering me, and up until today that hasn't really been an issue. The thing that I've struggled with most is grieving for the loss of the last 17 years of my life, like grieving for my childhood and for the trauma that I've been through and all the experiences that I've had, which have been quite negative due to PMDD. A lot of grieving for everything that I've lost. I feel like I have worked and fought so hard to get to where I am, and like that I have nothing to show for it, but my psychologist did remind me that out of it all I've got one of the most important things, or I've got the most important thing, which is I've come out of it alive, and from here I can choose to sort of dwell and be saddened by the fact that I don't know who I am, or I can use this opportunity to say, well, look, I don't know who I am, so now it's like a clean slate and I can be whoever I want to be. But one of the things I'm finding really difficult is, like, I'm nearly 30, I've not been able to get into a relationship properly. Obviously I don't have any children, and I can't have any children now. I had to give up my career. I had to give up my driving license and my car. I live in a house share that I'm not happy in. So it feels like every area of my life has been destroyed by PMDD. I also feel like I don't know who I am, like almost that PMDD and eating disorders and mental health became my identity. I literally had to fight so hard every day just to survive that I don't know a life outside of that. And I find that really sad, in like the sense of, gosh, like I've lost all those years. And it's like a really deep sadness and a grief that I'm feeling all the time. At first I thought I was depressed, but I honestly think it's like a grieving. So that's been really difficult. And then for the first time today, like I was at a big family party, and I'd been so looking forward to seeing all my cousins and their children, and then it really hit me today. Like I was sat there where everybody was talking about babies and milestones and just babies in general, and often I would sit at these things and think, oh, you know, one day that'll be me. I've always just wanted my own children. That's all I ever kind of wanted out of life, was to have a family. I was a very maternal person. I wasn't really that career minded. I just thought I want children. And then today I was like, wow, that's never going to be me. And I was really tired because I'd not managed to have a nap, and I was really hurting because post-op I found that I get like a lot of like backache if I can't sit with my legs crossed for a majority of the time, or have a lie down. Like my core feels really weak, and by the time I got home it just all got on top of me, and I just like burst into tears, and I was so sad. It is a real deep sadness that I feel like I'm feeling, and I've spoken to some other people that are around the same sort of time post-op as me and around my age, and they are also feeling the same. So I know that I'm not alone in it, but I feel that a lot of people don't understand me. I think friends and family are scared to ask, you know, or even bring up the fact that I've had a hysterectomy, so people don't ask about that. I think everybody expects me to be well, so I tend to just kind of put on a brave front and say that I'm okay. And yeah, it's just a really tough time. But I guess if you are watching this and you have friends and family that have got PMDD and are maybe going through the same, or if you're watching this and you have got a friend or family member that's had a hysterectomy, like, please don't be afraid to ask. Like, actually, like, if you think that you're protecting us by not asking, for me personally, obviously I can only talk from myself, it comes across as that you don't care, and Like, why is nobody asking? I've had this major operation and nobody's even asking how I am. And sometimes, you know, it's good to just know that somebody is there and cares, and yeah, that sometimes we just need somebody to listen, or somebody just to say, you know, we recognise that you've been through a big operation and it's okay to grieve and it's okay to feel that way. And yeah, that's the other thing, that if you have had surgery, if you've had a hysterectomy, and for any reason, it doesn't have to be for PMDD, but for PMDD in particular, like, you know, for me, I'm finding that I'm grieving over everything that I've been through with my PMDD, and that's completely okay, and it's completely valid, and you can feel a whole range of emotions, and that is okay. Like, just because you've had the operation or surgery, it doesn't mean that everything's magically fixed.